Ever since the main event started in 2020, we've been beaten down, and we're constantly beaten down, and we're going to have to keep picking ourselves back up. It's been quite rough, and World War III is a spiritual war with no division between civilian and military participation. So we're all part of this right now. We're in World War III. We're in the apocalypse, and we're constantly being beaten down. We're being torn down, and we're going to find it within us, within our sacred heart, to keep building ourselves back up after we've been torn down. And this happens in many forms, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So we're out here on top of the mountain, light warriors, on top of the world, to understand the power of resiliency to get you through World War III. Hello everyone, I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. Everything is designed to tear you down right now. We're in the middle of World War III, and it's not easy for any one of us. And many mishaps can happen. They can happen physically, mentally, and spiritually on your journey. And since 2020, many of us have had a lot of mishaps. You know, we've been on our journey, and we want to move forward with our lives. We want to keep making improvements in our lives, but we're going to have to harness resiliency during this time period. It's not easy, and we have to become comfortable even though we're not comfortable. It's part of our everyday life experience. And, climbing back up the mountain, we kind of fall down the mountain, but we're going to have to keep climbing back up the mountain. And you might have experienced this on your journey in the past few years. And I'll just give you, an example from my life to help you through your journey. It's going to manifest many ways, but, in my physical life journey, I like to be physically fit, and several times since we've gone through this whole event, I was thrown off my path, and I had to build myself back up again. So many of you that have been on the journey with me for a while, I put emphasis on physical health, and I like to manage my physical health, go to the gym, right? And I want you to go back to 2020, right? I always have that standard, and you should as well. Regardless of how you manage your physical health, you might not go to a gym, but that was part of my life. And when 2020 happened and they shut it all down, light warriors, remember when they shut it all down, right? You couldn't go to the gym. And, I was taken down a little bit, and I had to find ways to work out without using the gym, for example. Then I built myself back up, and I was getting back to where I was. But then guess what? I shared with you the following year how I tore my shoulder, minor tear in the shoulder, and I had to stop again, and I had to heal myself again, and I had to start all over again. Fell down the mountain, and then I had to climb back up the mountain again, and I healed myself, right? And I gained back my strength, and then I was feeling good again. And then in recent times, and many of you are feeling this too, you might have fallen a little sick, a little under the weather, right? Dealing with a lot of stress with everything going on. But, after getting sick, and not being able to sleep at night, I have to build myself back up, back down the mountain, and now I have to climb back up the mountain as well. This is just one example of how every aspect of our life has to be built back up, because it's very difficult during this time period. So, you might be dealing with things that are a struggle when it comes to your physical health, right? Your jobs, your finances could be something else that you might get knocked down the hill, right? I, like all of you, we have a lot of craziness in the world right now, and we're seeing a sickness, right, that is making people have their lives destroyed, have their jobs destroyed, have their livelihoods destroyed, right? So I had to lose something very near and dear to me. A career of 17 years is now gone. And along with that comes with all of the finances that come along with a job like that. And once again, back down the hill, and now I have to climb back up the hill again. You know, you might figure that I have it all figured out, right? You think you have it all figured out. And you might fall down the spiritual hill as well. You think you have a clear vision. This is how it's all going to play out. It's going to play out this way. And then you realize, because the truth cannot be told, it can only be realized. And then you say, holy shift, this ain't ending. This is going to continue. I have to rethink everything. Back down the hill again. So keep this in mind right now, that you're going to have to harness the power of resiliency to keep coming back up the hill. That's why we're out here in nature, climbing the hill, climbing to the top of the mountain. And we might get knocked down the mountain right now, but we're going to come back up again. And this is an important message for everyone to understand and overstand. This time period, it's not easy for anyone. And you're going to be beaten down. You could be beaten down physically, mentally, and spiritually. You could be beaten down in any one of the 8 dimensions of wellness. So realize this right now, that everyone is dealing with something. And we're going to have to keep coming back up right now, because that is a spiritual war that we're in right now. There are so many things that are being flung around. The shift's being flung around, light warriors. So realize this. And if it calls you, I have a community on Patreon, the 8 Dimensions of Wellness. And if you want to learn more about improving your life, if it calls you to join that community, I'm very grateful. And we share more on Zoom collaboratively. And every person is dealing with things. And I'm out here as a common man today on top of the mountain to make you understand and overstand that all assets can be deployed. And we harness a lot of anger. We harness a lot of stress from everything that's happening in the world. It can then manifest itself into physical health ailments. There's so much unknown in the world right now. You're looking around, what's going on out there? You're not sure what's going on in the world. And you're carrying all of this stress with you. And it's important to let this emotion go, because it will knock you down. It will knock you back down the mountain. And you need to come back up the mountain. So realize that it ain't easy right now. It's not an easy time period. So when we harnessed resiliency, when we don't let it stop us, I could share with you authentically and honestly, if I could reflect back prior to 2020. And, you know, a little bit of a beatdown, a little bit of a tough time period can throw any person off. I used to know so many people in the gym. They were going to the gym, for example, and I've never seen them again. After they reopened everything, remember they shut it all down. They shut it down, light warriors. And then magically it opened, right? They just do whatever they want, right? But anyway, mentally, it's hard. That's why during that time period, I was doing whatever I could do. I developed new skills and activities like hiking up the mountain. That's why we're up here today. I never stopped it. right? So sometimes when we are faced with adversity, it's going to force us into new things, new routines and rituals. I never stopped hiking, Light Warriors. I'm still climbing the mountain. I climb the mountain every single week. And you will do the same. So it's important to realize this. So, however you are being beaten down in any one of the 8 dimensions of wellness, however you are facing adversity, whether it's physically, mentally, or spiritually on your journey, you will utilize the power of resiliency to just keep going. You have to find a way. We all have to find a way. That's why we're out here in the light of Christ, taking in this energy right now to find a way through. It's not an easy time period, and you will come across these mishaps right now. It's just part of the time period that we're in. There's a whole war going on, and it's the common man and woman, the common people that are getting caught up in this mess. That's why I'm out here to serve these people, to serve our people, and to improve our everyday lives in the light of Christ. So realize this now. Realize that you're going to have these mishaps. Realize that you're going to have to utilize resiliency. Find a way and develop new skills. You have to develop new skills during this time period. And when you develop these new skills, you start to build new routines and rituals. You'll have to find a way through because it's not comfortable right now. So start getting comfortable being uncomfortable, even though it's not that great, right? But this is where we are right now. And I know that you feel down, right? Like if you're doing stuff physically and you're building up, right? You're building up your body, you're building up your strength, you get knocked down, you get depressed, and you feel, oh, I got to do it all over again. That's what we're all doing. We got to do it all over again. Oh, I worked my whole life for this career. Oh, now I got to do it all over again. I got to start all over again. And yes, we will prevail. That's why we're out here on top of the mountain, so that we can prevail. I'm here to serve the common man and woman during this time period. I am just like all of you. So share this message everywhere, and we will all share common everyday life circumstances so that people will know how to manage getting through World War III. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. And leave in the comments, what did you have to build up again? How did you climb the mountain? Did you get knocked down the mountain in one aspect of your life? Did you get knocked down the mountain in one of the 8 dimensions of wellness? Did you get knocked down physically, mentally, or spiritually and have to climb back up again? That's what we're all going through. Even myself during this time. We're starting to realize, warriors of the rainbow, that we are here to do it ourselves. We thought that things were going to get better. And they are getting better, Light Warriors. They are getting better. But we don't know what the timeline is, when it's going to get better. It's up to the common people to do it themselves. So I know you feel down when you fall down. I'm here to motivate you to just keep going. I know many people, they got knocked down and they stopped. They're trying to beat you down mentally. It can happen in all aspects of your life. That's why you have to have the Triforce, light warriors, right? Those that remember the Legend of Zelda, right? You got to get the Triforce. And you have to work all three aspects, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Put them all together. And you have to work on all three phases of life. If you are ready to be strong in all three phases of life, connect with our community. These are our everyday lives. Share our channel on all platforms so that all people, all different colors, classes, and creeds will improve all three phases. Because right now we're in World War III, and it's spiritual, and it involves everyone, and it involves the common people, and the common people are being beaten down. But I'm here to pick you back up. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that you will be resilient in the end days. It's World War III, guys. So let's get ready for the event. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. We are the 144,000 warriors of the rainbow. It is time to take back our everyday lives. You have to find a way. And trust me, light warriors, they're scared of you. They're looking at you, taking all their blows. And you say, bring me more. Bring it on. And keep going. Unstoppable. That's what you are. That's what we need to do right now. That's what we need to embrace. So I know that you might have your downs, you might be beaten down. But as I told you a long time ago, when I was standing on the edge of the mountain, how many times can you get knocked down, light warrior, and get back up again? I am the defender of our everyday lives. Victory of the light. Keep going. Keep getting back up. This time period, it's going to hit you hard. But you will get back up again. And so it is.